みなさん、お久しぶりです。お元気ですか？はい。So, today, let me give you the phrase first. 三つ子の魂100まで。三つ子の魂100まで。The original definition is the personalities or characteristics that you show or you acquire by the age of 3 will last forever till you hit 100 years old. So, I don't know if, because I use two words, the characteristics and personalities that you show or you develop, you grow into. So I'm not psychologist. So do people are people born with personalities already? Is it in our genes? Is it DNA? Or is it shaped by the environment? What you learn by the age of 3 will last for a long time. And I've been reading this book. I'm not trying to advertise, but I liked it. So, how to do the work. And in this here, recognize your patterns, heal from your past, and create yourself. So, and she's a holistic psychologist. Okay. I do like self-help books. To be honest, I'm not a very spiritual person. I'm a very logical person. So if I know like there are some books say, hey, you wish for something and it'll come true. Then I'm like, really? This particular book is about this one right here. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Nicole LePera. Did I say it right? So about this book. So basically, the subtitle says, heal from your childhood trauma and just change yourself. First of all, the word trauma, it's explained in this book, but it's not like, it can be something huge that happened to you, very traumatic, like bad experience, or it could be small things. What happens is when you were a kid, your emotion is like so open to everything. You just, you're like a sponge. You absorb everything, right? And if there is something that affected you so much that, like unconsciously, because a lot of the emotional stuff is unconscious, you're not thinking about it, you just feel it, right? That strong emotional experience, whether it's something huge or something like very small, but it's big for you, and that kind of gives you this like a golden rule about life. The thing I wanted to kind of fix is that I get, some of you probably know I talked about this, but I can get jealous very easily. Jealous as to other people's success. Not like, the guy I'm dating was winking at another girl. It's like, no, that I don't really care. It's not, for those I know, it's not about the other girl. It's about me and him. So if that happens, okay, the issue is not jealousy, it's just the character of the guy. Anyway, so it's not the jealousy of that kind. It's the jealousy that, especially in the career wise, people advancing and I'm stuck. I'm not going as far as or as fast as I want. Don't feel like that in other ways, like dating wise or success in any other career besides acting. So it's not like I'm overall jealous that say somebody's wearing having a better cars than me or have a better purse than me. It's like, okay, I don't care. So it's not about the money either. Why do I feel this way? As I remembered, I was the youngest of my family until my first niece was born, which was like when after I graduated university. So till then, I was the youngest. I was the baby of the entire family. All my cousins are older than me. My sister is older than me. I tried so hard to fit in because I didn't like that I was the smallest. Well, actually, I wasn't the smallest. I was a big kid, but the youngest. And now I understand people thought I was cute. And I do something maybe silly. I say something cute, like very childlike, childish. And people are like, oh my God, that's so cute. And I hated it. I hated being laughed at. I wanted to be considered as one of them, one of the girls. Because actually, all my cousins are female. Can you believe it? Yeah. And I think that came with the competitiveness. So, especially the things that I cared, some like games and sports, I didn't want to lose. I'm not gonna be the last one. I'll be better than everybody. Yeah, I hated losing. I think that's why I get jealous in the areas that I care about acting and stuff. Um, I just hate losing. And when I see people doing better than me, I'm like, why? Why? And it just, it's tiring. I think being fired up is good, but if it came to the point that I feel like I have to do something else, or even worse, I have to be someone else to do better, it affects my self confidence. Not even, not just confidence. I think just my whole existence comes to a stop. Then I just don't know. Am I on the right track? Am I doing something wrong? Should I change this? Should I change that? And of course, you know, it's there is no such a thing as the right path. There are right paths to in any career. And I think the worst thing you do is that you keep switching lanes and you're not getting anywhere. Then I feel like that's what I've been doing because of those little jealousy, the feeling of defeat. What you experience by the age of 3, it's gonna stay in you forever unless you try to change it. But the tricky thing is you don't even remember what you experienced by the age of 3 or when you were a child. I'm like 40 something and I don't even remember what my childhood was like. So I have to really like dig deeper, like kind of going through the thread. So I'm like this, I get jealous, and why? So there are things that I happened when I was in my 20s, in my teenage. How about that? So when I was in elementary school, then I just going down the memory lane, and I really just, oh, okay, could be that. I'm not trying to blame my environment. Don't get me wrong. Everybody, and like the author says, it's not like she's trying to put everybody in this like, oh, you are mentally, you have mental issues. Like, no, everybody's got some issues with life, right? So I think that its message is, and also the message I want to give today is that it might be hard, but if you want to change something about yourself, it is possible. But sometimes it takes more than willpower. I consider myself with a strong will, but certain things are like so hard to change, especially something that's internal. And don't think that something is wrong with you per se, like you're mentally sick or anything. I think you can go back to find where it started and try to fix it. I think that would be a good way if you're looking for changing your life rather than try to force it. It's easier rather than forcing yourself to be somebody else. It's easier to find why you are the way you are, which is probably triggered by your past experience, probably when you were a child, when you didn't have like too much wall to protect yourself from those experiences, and you can kind of work your way back to the current. Probably that's gonna be easier. I wouldn't say easy, I would say easier. I can try to not even change, like maybe like redirect in a way. Can do that. The Japanese phrase 三つ子の魂100まで. So that is a common belief. You have to kind of stick to what you learn by the age of 3. But if you can point out what you learned, and if you feel like you should be doing something else, that part has to be fixed or redirected. I think you can go back and relearn it. Or I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to try. But meanwhile, there are things that I like about myself, which I also learned by the age of 3, probably. And probably it's my DNA. So I think that part I can just hang on to it. So I'm not going to try to be a different person. It's just parts of me. If it were different, my life would be improved. So therefore, I will just try to work on it. Alright, hope I made sense, and thank you for listening, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye!